Hello, YouTube. Yes, another walking and vlogging. Yep, another walking and vlogging. I actually lost 2 pounds this week, so yep, I'm kind of happy about that. The only bright thing going on right now in my day that I lost 2 pounds. God, I almost drooled. God, that's so embarrassing, drooling in camera. But yeah, yeah. I mean, not much. I'm still waiting on the lady to actually pay me the $20 that she said that she would. From actually yesterday. Yes, I'm still waiting on that. Haven't gotten it yet. Haven't gotten no notification from PayPal or anything. So yeah, let's see if she actually pays me. uh, the pessimistic side of me says she will never pay me, but who knows? Trying to be optimistic here, so maybe she will. Hopefully, $20 is $20. But yeah, speaking of which, that's probably why I decided to do this today. Because like yesterday, so I was working on my comic book, working on my novel, reading a good comic too to kind of get the, writer's block out of me. And I got a Facebook message, right, from a dude in Nigeria. And he was like, hey, I'm a new screenwriter. And I seen that, you have IMDb, stuff like that. Can you give me some advice? I was like, I'm not really the best person to give advice to, considering I'm not like in that type of level where I'm haven't been in Hollywood and stuff like that. Sure, yeah, like I have done a couple of small, ultra low budget indie feature films, a couple of shorts, stuff like that. YouTubing and stuff like that. But I'm not like in that high ranking tier. There's a lot better people, especially a lot better, more experience in many of the indie Facebook groups than me. But yeah, sure, I was like, yeah, sure, I felt, flattered and stuff like that somebody would message me asking me for my opinion and my advice. And yeah, it was such an interesting conversation because you could tell he was very green, very inexperienced about the business side, about the filmmaking side. He was like, yeah, I've been just ghostwriting for a couple of people. And, ghostwriting is fine. Ghostwriting is a great way to get paid, but it's not good if you're trying to get your stuff out there, promote yourself, promote you as a screenplay writer. I don't think it's a good way because of the fact that with many ghostwriting jobs, you don't actually get official credit because you're ghostwriting for another artist. So, especially in the independent scene, there's a lot of predatory, things going on, and a lot of companies, they will outsource a lot of this to struggling overseas people because they know they could get very cheap labor with little to no pay. And when I mean little to no pay, I'm talking about very little to no pay, basically. I'm talking about spare change comes to American dollars. Working, 2 weeks on a script for, $5. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not a great place to be. But a lot of companies, they prey on these people. A lot of people prey on these people. And, and we got to talking, and he's such a great guy, man. He's such a great guy. And I'm pretty sure he has tons of talent. Pretty sure he's very talented. He says he's going to send me some of his work today so I could review it and, give my pointers, whether it's film ready and stuff like that. Is there any script that's really film ready? I mean, scripts get changed so much. And even during during the actual film production, I mean, the script probably gets like 50 million revisions, even during production. So is any script really film ready? Yeah, so So, but yeah, we got to talking, and it's really like what got me angry or got me annoyed is the fact that other people in the indie filmmaking space and stuff like that, they like, well, that's just business. That's just how the industry is. That's just business. You know, like, yeah, technically, these people that are preying on these overseas, artists that want to make it, they want to make it, they want to be successful, they want to get out of, their situation. A lot of them, want to get out of their situation, and they see art as a way to do it, especially, when America is always about the American dream and, the American vision and the American way. A lot of these countries, a lot of these people, they live in such poverty and such a bad situation that they will do just about anything to get out of it. So a lot of times, especially in the filmmaking business, these companies and these people, they see that desperation, and they were like, yeah, for $5 here, give me a feature film worthy script for $5 that in America, going through SAG and going through the blacklist, and they could pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a script. So yeah, it's like, okay, so why should I, spend the official route, do the paperwork and do all this paperwork and stuff like that, paying these Americans thousands of dollars for their hard work and, because of their college degrees and stuff like that, when I could just go find somebody in Africa and Nigeria that could do it for $2. It's like, is it illegal? Not really. Like there's no law that says they have to hire American workers, especially for remote work. So there's no law saying they don't have, they have to hire in country. They can hire remote workers, and there's no really law, there's no real union in these countries. Like Nigeria, I don't think they have a union. They have like their own, like they do have their own like sort of union type thing, but like it's these companies, like they know every nook and cranny, and it's like to see fellow artists and fellow filmmakers just like side with them and say, oh, that's just business, especially because it's like, really, it's just business. So like, okay, if it's just business, then you yourself shouldn't complain about your jobs being taken away by AI or your jobs taken away by immigrants and stuff like that. Like, you shouldn't complain because you're siding with them. You are allowing that business practice to keep on going. So it's like, it's a little hypocritical for you to say it's just business when you are enabling the companies, like you are allowing it because you're not opposing it. And people are like, well, they don't know I exist. And so just because they don't know that you exist doesn't mean that you should just bow down and let the industry continue on the way it is. Like, like just because it's not technically legally illegal doesn't mean that it's not wrong, and doesn't mean that we shouldn't like do better in our industry, and stuff like that. Like that's what really got me annoyed. It's like these same people that are also struggling for work and jobs and stuff like that, they will be like, well, that's just business. That's just business. And that's what really annoyed me. And it was like, that really annoyed me a lot, because it's like this kid, I was like, how much is this client paying you? You know, like he didn't disclose how much the client was paying him, but he stated it was not a lot of money. Wasn't a lot of money. He just took this script writing job because he's desperate. Like he's desperate for work. He's desperate for money. So God only knows how low this person is charging him for that script. You know, especially with how much more in America he will have to pay for somebody and stuff like that. Even somebody that doesn't have a degree in actually literature, you know, he still will probably have to pay more than what he's paying this Nigerian person. So yeah, it's like it really does bother. Like it honestly really. God, I almost flipped and fell again. Jesus Christ! Like it honestly really, you know, it really did bother me because it's like, what, like the industry is cutthroat as it is. Like it's severely cutthroat, especially if you are trying to make it in that Hollywood, in that upper tier, like position that you want, whether it's acting, voice acting, writing, you know, producing, editing, whatever. Like it's very cutthroat. It's very cutthroat. Now, does it mean you can't make a career out of it? Of course not. There are people that made careers editing YouTube videos and stuff like that. You know, you just have to be adaptable. You just have to be adaptable and willing to take your craft and learn new things and, you know, move to another field and stuff like that. Sometimes you just have to, you know, if there's no work for you in your area, you know, find a way to do remote work. And if there's no remote work, you know, save money and, you know, move to an area that does have work, you know, or commute if it's not too far. You know, if you live in Philadelphia or Jersey and there's work in New York, then commute to New York. You know, and if you raise enough money, then maybe move a little closer so that way the commute won't be so bad. You know, so if you're in the Georgia area, Atlanta area, where the TV industry is booming there as well and stuff like that, you know, and if you're looking for work there, go there. You know, Texas is real big in the voiceover community, especially in the anime as well as animation. You know, I think Crunchyroll main headquarters is in Texas. So, you know, and of course, LA and stuff like that for filming. If you're in the Canada area, Vancouver, you know, British Columbia, stuff like that. So, but it's just like the industry is cutthroat as it is. And it's like it's just real sad. Like, it's real sad that not more people are upset about these predatory tactics that these people are doing to try to make a quick buck. It's like really, like, you like are going for the cheap labor just because you know you can make a profit out of this, you know, like, you know. And the funny part is, like, I asked this Nigerian person and I was like, do you have some form of legal documentation? Like, did you sign a contract? Did you do anything that's going to guarantee you this pay? You know, like, did you look this over with a lawyer? And he's like, I don't have money for a lawyer. Like, what? Like, legal counsel? Like, what? You know, like, no, I didn't read nothing. I just signed it. I was like, so, like, he doesn't even know what this contract states. Like, you know, the contract could literally state that he's working for free. Like, this is a voluntary thing. And there's no way, like, it's so crazy. And this is like that predatory tactic that I'm talking about. It's like it's insane. Like, these people, they're so, like, they want to make it in the industry, and these companies are preying on them. They're preying on their inexperience. They're preying on their desperation. And it's very sad, really. It's very sad. Probably, I'm probably gonna like have a long talk with him, honestly, to see like if there's any way to guarantee like he gets paid. You know, even though like whatever the amount is, like if he's doing all this work, like he's doing a lot of work for this person. You know, he's doing a lot of work for this person. So I'm really hoping that the pay is somewhat fair, you know, somewhat fair, because it would really suck if, you know, he, due to his ill experience and lack of knowledge and lack of resources, you know, signed a bad deal. It really would, because, you know, obviously no one's going to help him, you know, in his area, because they're probably just as desperate as he is. Obviously, the Facebook groups obviously don't agree with him because they all say, oh, that's just business. That's how the business works. So obviously they're not really going to help him, you know, stuff like that. And I know, and the thing is, I know what it's like, you know. I worked on a film, and one of the producers, who didn't even have full rights to the film. He didn't have full rights. He actually took the film and sold it off to a company in actually New York, and he sold it off for, I don't know if he sold it off for money or what like that, but you know, he sold it off, and yeah, it was heartbreaking. You know, all of our hard work, all of our hard-earned money, you know, just gone because of one person's greed, you know, one person's narcissistic, egotistical greed, you know, screwed over a lot of people. You know, a lot of people, they were, you know, very upset, including myself. Like, we were all very upset, you know, and it took many years of, you know, going through the contract that he signed and getting it non and void, and, you know, a lot of issues to get that film, you know, back on track. But yeah, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be robbed, basically, you know, robbed. So it's just like that lack of empathy, really, like these people have. And it's understandable. Like, if you really like think about every single horror in the world, your brain will go into like a catatonic state. Like, you will go insane. There's so much horror in the world that your brain just won't be able to process all of it. So yeah, but that doesn't mean you just have to be like an a-hole to everybody and just say, oh, this is just business. You know, it ain't right. It honestly, it isn't right. You know, we gotta, you know, treat our fellow artists better. And yeah, you know, I guess that's, you know, what I wanted this video to be about. Just me being annoyed with everything, you know, annoyed about the predatory tactics people do, annoyed that there's not enough people, you know, opposing this. You know, they're saying that it's just okay. You know, a lot of it's just not right. It honestly isn't. So yeah, I mean, yeah, crossing the street here to the final part of the trail. But yeah, once again, guys, you know what to do. If you like me talking, rambling for no reason whatsoever, you know, just mindless content, yeah, do all the YouTube algorithms that YouTube wants you to do. Like, subscribe, share, do all of that. So that way the algorithm will boost my ratings. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I have like so little followers and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, working on some new stuff. So So stay tuned. I probably will have a new texture pack soon. So gonna release that soon. Gotta finish upscaling them and fine tuning and stuff. The PSP ones are gonna take a lot longer, but working on those, it's just when you're looking at 60 to 100,000 ping files, it's like it does get overwhelming. Obviously, I'm still working on my comic and stuff like that, writing my novel. I have to send some of my writing samples to this woman in Canada, a very awesome woman. She's gonna give me critiques, to give me some advice on how to move forward with it. Always like never assume you know everything. I mean, I think that's the biggest failure you could do to yourself, is be a know-it-all, because, every industry is forever evolving, forever growing. So yeah, do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe, and have an awesome day.